Welcome back to the show. We got a great one lined up for you. Somebody roll that beautiful intro.
Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show. You can follow us on Twitter, YouTube, and digperspectives.com for exclusive content. Right now, $2.5 trillion market cap for crypto. Although the market is down 0.2%, 66,300 plus for Bitcoin, 3,300 plus for Ethereum, 114 billion plus market cap for Tether. XRP back up at the number 6 spot on market cap at 65 cents. Now we're up 3.9 on the 24 and just about the same on the 7-day. The range of price is between 61 and 65 cents. And you can see we're at the top of this now. Some are saying in the technical analyst world that we have broken out of that long triangle. We will see some technical analyst information before we get out of here today. I want to remind you guys of Miles Franklin, the best home of precious metals investments. Whether it's gold, silver, platinum, palladium, or you want coins, or you want bars of gold, they've got it. Only thing you have to do is email them, info@milesfranklin.com, and get the best special pricing for putting DIG gold. Dig gold in the subject box. You won't believe what it'll do for you for prices. And you definitely are going to want to check out these precious metals, understanding what is about to happen. Let's get into what we're doing today here. Let's go. Tucker Carlson says the 3-letter agency invented Bitcoin. Take a listen.
Crypto people aren't just in it to make a buck, they're in it to change the world forever. These are not shallow people. These are people who can answer every single question except who was Satoshi, which they
don't answer. That's exactly right. They don't answer because we know.
Someone should answer that.
Someone should answer that, but they won't answer it. And let me just mute this because that might be copywritten music in it. But he said, I think we know. Anyway, in fact, I have a friend who's probably sitting here who told me they did know, believe him. He says the CIA, it doesn't matter. The idea is still a great idea. Obviously, it was the CIA, and I think we all know that. There it is. And that's why I've said, as long as Fidelity and BlackRock have exposure to it, that is my core tenets that I'm stacking my pennies next to their dollars. They're here to play, and they're here for a while. And as long as they have exposure to it, I will too. It's not financial advice. It's just my digital perspectives and some of my core tenets to investing that I'm sharing with you. UAE residents can now trade crypto directly with their bank accounts. Hello, this is happening all around the world, ladies and gentlemen. And Fidelity International lists a physical Bitcoin exchange-traded product on the London Stock Exchange. And Russia. Lawmakers pass bill allowing businesses to use Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies in international trade. Hello. Are you hearing this? You're hearing this. I know you're hearing this. We have a very smart audience here, ladies and gentlemen. You are some of the brightest people I've ever met. I've read your comments. Breaking. The SEC withdraws a request for court to classify crypto tokens like Solana, Cardano as securities in its lawsuit against Binance, among other tokens. I believe it was 10. But nevertheless here, you see Russia, UAE, other places around the world embracing crypto, UK, embracing crypto in many different ways. And here we are with the SEC in the US starting to show where they have to back off a little. That's what they're starting to show here. And I have to wonder if this isn't, a message being sent to Gary Gensler's SEC telling him, hey, man, this is hurting us. Let's give the illusion that we're backing off, right? Because it's no promise, that's for sure. Tyler Winklevoss highlights exactly that. He says, all of a sudden, the SEC is no longer trying to classify 10 tokens, and you see them listed here as securities. They're amending their case against Binance to remove this allegation so the court won't rule on it. This has been floated as the one of the best reasons, I think, for a settlement with the SEC in the Ripple case, right? Because if they allow that to actually really come out to a ruling and not go for a settlement or just let the case go and just let it go, then you're really running the risk as the SEC and Gary Gensler of boxing yourself in to where you don't have the freedom to continue to suppress this crypto space. Well, we will see. Things are getting very interesting. And meanwhile, just to show you just how real Operation Choke Point 2.0 still is, John Bozman. Here's the next Dum Dums got to be voted out right here. U.S. Senator from Arkansas. Vote him out, right? He says here, industry, stakeholders, consumers all deserve more methodical process than the rushed approach. So basically, this is his half-ass approach of trying to say, you know, he's against crypto, but at the same time, I'm using the excuse that we're just moving too quickly, right? We need to slow down, right? We don't need to slow down. You need to educate yourself, right? Take a listen to this 1-minute clip here.
Politics as we take a look at today's top stories. Senator Debbie Stabenow, the Democratic senator from Michigan who chairs the Senate Agriculture Committee, has reportedly scrubbed plans to push forward crypto regulation. According to Politico, the senator had been pushing for a Wednesday vote on a bill that would lay out the CFTC's jurisdiction over crypto. But that vote has now been put on hold after signs that the top Republican on the Agriculture Committee, Arkansas Republican Senator John Bozman, wasn't convinced to take it on this week. Yesterday, Senator Bozman issued a statement on proposed cryptocurrency legislation, saying he doesn't believe an arbitrary deadline is the way to achieve a proper outcome.
Yeah, you know what he believes because he's a Republican? He believes let's wait until after the election so we can pass this legislation and take credit for it on our side of the aisle. You know what I say? He's an asshole. Vote him out. Get it done right now for the people. I don't give a shit about your party politics and what the posturing looks like. See, this is where we're not doing the right thing for the people. We're doing the right things for power. So, see, you see me lean into this whole, you know, Trump and the right and they're going to pass legislation. This is how you know I'm a one-issue voter. I don't hold on to party lines. This cat is stalling so they can get credit for it once Trump is in. And I say, do the work for the people today because it's the right thing to do. But they won't do that, right or left. And here it is again. I just gave the right some. Now let's give the left some. Thomas Jefferson said there'll be a few that will always hold the government, no matter what side, in contempt. Hello, my name is Bradley Kimes. Liberals hate religion broadly, but wear their liberalism like a merit badge to the point that it makes you look like a complete moron. If people can't see the Dems are 100% against crypto, you'll never see it because you're blinded by your own political ideology. Operation Choke Point 2.0 is very real. But listen to these people right here. Laugh and smile. We might get something.
Speaking more bluntly than I think Justin will be able to, because I have never worked at the SEC and I have zero desire to ever in a million years ever. For the record, no, not me. Will never be me. But there are a lot of people.
This is called a shirk statement, folks. This is when you say, I will not serve if nominated, and I'll resign if I'm confirmed.
No, please no. But I think it's very unlikely you're going to see Gary Gensler in the chair seat, regardless of who wins this election, because
Okay, let's get to that. Yeah, so all of a sudden, they're going to turn a new leaf. Well, we're going to stop Gary Gensler. We'll get rid of him. You know, what? They're not getting rid of him. They could do that now. Great Orange Paper by Senator Lummis, who still hasn't figured out that she's backing the Nikki Haley of Massachusetts by endorsing Ian Kane, who is a Democrat running as a disguised Republican. It's embarrassing. However, Senator Lummis does point out some very, very pertinent things because she reminds everyone about the current administration proposed 30% excise tax on electricity used by Bitcoin miners. This punitive tax has one goal: end U.S. mining activity. We must stop this proposal. She goes through this to show all the things that the current administration has basically done. It goes over Bitcoin mining in an educational way, right? But Biden's administration proposed excise tax on Bitcoin mining. The proposal would weaken American energy infrastructure. The proposal would hurt the environment. They said the proposal would decrease tax revenues. Conclusion, the United States is not on board with crypto with the current administration. Vote them out. Those are my words. But that's the truth. And if Senator Lummis doesn't change her endorsement to John Deaton, vote her ass out too. The Financial Innovation Technology for the 21st Century Act needs to be considered by the Senate. Well, I think we just got confirmation that that's not going to get looked at. Kamala Harris obviously has made it very clear by declining the opportunity to go to Bitcoin Nashville. She's not interested. We just saw the Senate approach to what's going on here. We can still get this done this year. The U.S. cannot afford to fall further behind, says Paul Grewal, Chief Legal Officer from Coinbase. And respectfully to Paul, obviously I get where he's at. You're trying to motivate the administration to do something, to not lose all these votes they're losing, right? And more importantly, to keep America in innovation and keep us as a leader in this fourth industrial revolution. But they're showing zero signs of doing anything. I hope we're wrong. Breaking, however, you're going to love this part. Breaking, there's a new Bitcoin bill in the U.S. which includes, check this out, which includes revaluing of the Federal Reserve's gold to create a strategic Bitcoin reserve. Listen to how they snuck this in here. So not only is it an idea of using Bitcoins as a reserve for the Bitcoin Act of 2024, it also talks about the idea that you could basically reissue gold certificates. This bill also requires the Fed Bank to surrender all gold certificates they hold to the Secretary of U.S. Treasury within 6 months of the law's entry into force. Within the next 90 days, the Secretary of the Treasury will issue new gold certificates to the Fed Bank that reflect the fair market value price of gold. Again, very quickly, Miles Franklin, info@milesfranklin.com. Put dig gold in the subject box to get the best prices for gold. You know where this is going. None of this is happening without precious metals. I don't have enough of it in my portfolio. I'm pretty sure you don't either. So I found a guy who can get it to us at the best prices with the best service. It's Andy Scheckman. He's going to be back on the show soon. Keep a watch for it. Can't wait to talk to my man, Andy. He's awesome. Mikey Bull Crypto says XRP is broken out of the bull pennant price pattern. This cycle will be wild for XRP. Get ready. This is on the 1 day, ladies and gentlemen, and we're outside of this pennant, this bull pennant flag here. So keep your eyes peeled. I do want to show you this as far as numbers go. XRP targets a 2,100+% upsurge as the monthly chart reveals cup and handle pattern indicating massive rally potential. If you take a look at this when you go into it, you can see it. You can see it here. This is from Bobby A's data, by the way, just to give him credit. But you can see this giant cup and possibly handle formation taking place here. And you can also see those tight Bollinger Bands, that top band and the bottom band that kind of bottleneck there. We covered this the other day. And then how it tightened again before the explosion. You saw the explosion after that tightening. And we are at the tightest Bollinger Band, top and bottom here, that we've seen. That bottleneck of those Bollinger Bands as tight as we have ever seen it in XRP's chart history, excuse me. So I don't know where this goes, but I tell you, they are all seeing something very profound. And I, for one, am excited to see it come to fruition, whatever it's going to be. Whether it's 2,100% or 2, I'll take it. I know overnight we've had about 8% gain. So who's upset about that? Not this guy. Look, we're going into the Freedom Zone. I hope you will join us. And tonight we have our weekly private call in the DPMG. The window is open to still join that group. If you're looking to be around like-minded people and get away from the cesspool of social media and really focus on not only creating wealth, but protecting and maintaining it, This is an excellent group for you to be in. There are great resources, just like the group itself, and courses and things to gap fill your knowledge on the matter. So join the DPMG. It's very affordable, and it's a very worthwhile investment to make into yourself, especially now if you're into XRP Ledger Automated Market Makers. We are teaching you how to do that. You will get the Freedom Zone for free, and if you don't want to join the DPMG, join the Freedom Zone for next to nothing, and we will see you inside right now. Not financial advice from me or anyone else. You're going to want every bit of what we're talking about today. I will see you inside the Freedom Zone. Come on in. All right, welcome back. As promised, here we go. Current healthcare system hoax.